Oh, you know, it helps if I turn the microphone on. That would be very helpful for streaming if the microphone was recording my voice. I'm really sorry about that, everyone. So just to repeat what I said, it is February the 3rd, 2024, and we're back with another Entropy Zero add-on stream. So thanks everyone for stopping by. Hi Eon, hi Nathan, hi Squirrel, hi Lucia. Thanks for stopping in. I've been muted the whole time. Yeah, this is unfortunate. You guys can hear me now, right? Looks like my mic is picking up. Just making sure. I wanted to say thanks for stopping by, Lucia. It's good, always good to see you. And as far as the new look goes, I'm using Stream Elements now. I wanted to test that out. This is actually a default theme on Stream Elements called Orange Flare. And there's also a chat box add-on thing to make the chat fancier. I really like the chat, but I'm continuing to play with Stream Elements while I learn, you know, see how it goes. I want to make a custom theme, actually. Something feels really weird about using the pre-made assets. So maybe that's something I'll look into for the next stream. We can't hear you, by the way. It is picking up now, right? Like I can see the microphone picking up. Let me just look at my preview. Now I'm paranoid. We can't hear you, by the way. It is okay, it's working. I had to check that. Hi, Flanity. Good to see you. So where was I? I'm sorry, that was a little bit distracting. Microphone issues. So this is the second mapping stream. I'm working on a map where you play as the injured Combine soldier from Chapter 2 of EZ2 called Scar Zero, and you're going to solve some aperture puzzles, basically. So without further ado, I want to get right into it, because 2 hours is surprisingly not a lot of time to do some mapping. So, off stream, I prepped by making this door. Nothing fancy, but it's just a basic aperture door. Opens and closes. And you can tie it to buttons or whatever you want to. So that's nice. Also off stream, I added... Hello, Agent Golem. Good to see you. If I can... give a suit and maybe some weapons. I added custom arms and legs for Scar Zero. I don't know if you can see that very well on the stream because it is pretty dark. Should add some more lights. And then he also makes Combine Soldier sounds. Hello, Danskart. Yeah, you can hear there's Combine Soldier lines instead of the bad cop dialogue. Yep. I don't know where my body went, but anyways. I'm gonna turn down the soundtrack a little bit because it sounds, at least to my ears, very overpowering. So there, want it to be a little bit quiet. Okay, so we're back at it. Here's the map as it is now. And I think what I want to focus on today is just finishing up the block out of the map. Will there be a show cameo? Oh, absolutely. I would want the Gonome to be like the main obstacle in the map pack, except for the fact that we already know that the Gonome is killed by Bad Cop later on. So it's like you can't really have Scar Zero face off the Gonome because we already know what happens to it. And I thought about having a situation where there's actually multiple Gonomes, but I just feel like that doesn't line up with your experience from EZ2, where we treat it like an individual character, you know, where there's only one of it that's stalking you. Can't really see apart from the darker armor than backup. Yeah, I think once there's more lights, it'll be more visible. I thought you were not subscribed to Redman until you noticed. Yeah, I'm in this Firefox instance. I'm not signed into anything because I didn't want to leak anything. You know, just kind of paranoid about streaming. So, yeah, not signed in anywhere to anything. But yeah, I want to start with the block out. It's very easy to get lost in the weeds with detailing and decals and soundscapes and lighting. Lighting especially. Spent a lot of time on lighting last time, just trying to light up the goo, not even doing a lighting pass or anything like that. So I want to focus on just the block out for starters, and then once we get the block out done, do some of the detailing and lighting, I think. And ideally, we can get all of the logic in this stream. So I'm going to start by making this area up here. It should be pretty straightforward, I think. And I'm not going to overthink it too much because we can always go back and improve later. So this is just going to be very basic. Just a simple room. It shouldn't be too big because there won't be too much stuff to put in it. It will need to be big enough that you can't mess up the doors, though. So I'm going to start like this. So we can see. Oh, I left texture scaling lock on. That's silly. Why would I do that? Embrace the leaks. Yeah, no thanks. By the way, let me know if the layout of the stream looks okay. I had issues last time with my camera covering up too much of the screen. Now I've made it a lot smaller, and chat is always on the right side of the screen now, which is not where anything really important is in Hammer. I mean, it's covering the viz groups and the select box and the texture tool, but like, do you really need to see that? I don't know. But let me know if you want me to move chat over a little bit. I can do that. You're also mapping right now. Nice. Are you mapping for Aperture 0? The second part? I'm really excited to play that. Let me make this maybe 512 units. Yeah. And for starters, I'm just going to copy the wall. I want to do something more nicer with this wall, but There's a few things I don't like about this. We'll worry about that later. Yeah, there's these... The texture doesn't line up quite right. I mean, what I could do is I could just move the texture alignment like that. But I'll leave that for later. I like to make everything on the grid so that the textures line up without having to move them around, initially at least. Because that way the textures can kind of inform what the geometry should look like, rather than the other way around. Which area of the map is this currently? It's the same area. I'm just adding a little, an additional room to the test chamber. So the idea here is that you're going to need to go through this room to get around the lake of toxic goo. But this room is going to have aperture doors that are closed initially, and you need to put a box on a button to open the doors. So you can go through these vents and get around having to put a box on the button. But in order to bring a cube back, you'll need to have a cube there, because you put that cube on that button, and then you have to bring that cube to that button so you can bring that one back. If I'm just explaining it verbally, I'm not sure if that's going to make any sense, but I think in-game it will make a lot of sense. I really like whiteboards. I just think they're nice for sketching out ideas. I'm not very artistic. I'm not good at drawing things. Oh, somebody subscribed. Tyler, thanks for subscribing. I'm surprised that doesn't say your username. I'm confused about that, but I'm glad the alert is working, and thanks for subscribing to the channel. I'm very new to like alerts and stuff, so I'm not entirely sure how they're supposed to be set up. Just gonna cut out a piece of this wall for the door. Danskart says it's not part 2, it's something else you hope you can finish the next few weeks. Ooh, I'm interested to see what that is. I really liked Aperture Zero. I think, how do I want to cut this out? This should be a different texture, first of all. I'm thinking, I don't know how Portal typically does it, but I'm going to try to do my own thing here. Maybe just a metal texture. One of these. Probably darker texture. And then maybe I can bring the wall in a little bit. So it'll be like that. And like that. So it's slightly recessed into the wall. And then, yeah, I think that's good. And then I've just got to cut out the door part. Why are you not using Hammer++? I'm not. I'm just not. Not compatible with the EZ2 branch. No, it's compatible. It does remove the functionality to use manifests, which is irritating to me because we use manifests. So, I never really learned Hammer++, but don't really need it at the moment. I thought about streaming with Hammer++ because I think some of its features would be really useful for me, but haven't set that up yet. How about something like... No, I'm not... I'm trying to think, what's the best way to cut this? Maybe I will split it right there, and then... Oops, no, sorry. Will you try to combine anything from Portal 2 into this map? No, I'm mostly trying to stick to the style that we established with Chapter 3 and EZ2. Oh, you know what? Actually, I've been thinking I should make this test chamber in the style of old Aperture. I think that would be really cool. I don't have those assets on hand, and now is not a good time for me to go digging through Portal 2 to try to find the right, like, old Aperture cube, old Aperture floor, old Aperture door, old Aperture button. So that will have to be something I do later on, but that is an idea that crossed my mind, because I think this test chamber is going to be one of the older ones at Arbite. So I think that might be good. Oops. I always, whenever I use the clip tool, I accidentally cut it instead of splitting. The 5 minutes waiting, so I cut out that from the estimate. Wait, what estimate? Oh, 11 minutes for the hammer. Yeah. I've been hearing good things about it. I should try it, but I do find it a little irritating how it always comes up, you know? Let's see. No, that's not right. This is actually kind of a pain here. I think I might split this even further. Put this like this, and then do... There we go. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah. Okay. Now I think we're getting somewhere with this. What's a manifest? So the manifest system in Portal, or sorry, in I lost my train of thought there. It's actually surprisingly hard to do some things and talk at the same time. I find like mapping. But the manifest system in Hammer is a way that you can have multiple map files joined into one map, so you can split them up into parts and then work on them individually. It's a workflow that Valve doesn't really use anymore. That's weird. So it's removed in Hammer++ because you can do the same thing using instances, which is valid, but if you already have a map that's using a manifest, then you can't open it in Hammer++. Interesting. This doesn't seem to want to split that. Okay, there we go. Just making sure I don't have any geometry on the inside part of the door frame here. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I hope that wasn't tedious to watch, because that was kind of a nitty-gritty thing. But I think it's really important to cut out this door frame so we have a way to attach these doors into the wall here. I'm just going to flip this around the other way. That should line up. There we go. Perfect. And then I'll go ahead and put my instance door in there. Because I made that instance for a door. Valve does use the workflow in Source 2, and they used it for TF2 mapping manifest files. I thought that manifest files were removed in Hammer 2, but I haven't done any mapping for Half-Life Alyx, so I hope I wasn't saying something that wasn't true there. This is not quite lining up. That doesn't seem right. Yeah. There we go. That should line up nicely. Oh, and I gotta apply the texture to the other side of the door. Maybe I can just... do that. I'm gonna make this a detail. And apply the texture to both sides. There we go. We can arch and use the vertex tool. Yeah, I didn't think of using an arch because the circle is already cut out, right? So it's like then I'd have to get the arch numbers exactly right to get it to fit. I don't usually try to fit arches to things, but I think that would have been a better way to do it. Hi, Gildan. Welcome. It's good to see you here. Maybe I will call this chamber 1 door. What should this be, like northeast? You're doing it super wrong and making compiler cry. I don't know about that, to be honest. No funk detail? Yeah, I used funk detail. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of a delay. Polygons? Yeah, no, I don't know about that. There we go. Oops. Great. So now we have our two doors there. This room, I think, won't have to be... It won't have to cover the whole distance here, because there won't really be anything for it to do on this side, so I'm going to actually shorten it a little bit. Of the map so far. Thank you. I mean, we're still really, really early into this. There's not really much here yet. Thinking right here, the room should cut off, so I will go ahead and move that there. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. So there's going to be a button here that controls this door. I'm going to move it away from the door. This does seem like wasted space, but I want to make sure that the button is far enough away from the door that there's some delay basically between... What is this? Where did that come from? That was strange. Huh. Does this one have? That's strange. Yeah, I just want to space it apart from the door. Here we go. I probably should have waited to put in these buttons, but I couldn't help myself. Once we have the door frames, you know, just wanted to hook everything up. Probably could have made this name passing a little bit better. I had to update too many places for these instances. It's no good. There we go. Okay, so we have our side room here. I think I'd like to put some observation decks in. Maybe one in the middle. I think that would be nice to break it up a little bit and add a little bit of environment. I also think there should be a vent for the Gonome to come in through. I think that would be pretty spooky. But before I do any of that, it's not entirely critical. So I'm going to try to make this vent first. Oops. So, I think what I might actually do is remove several of these panels. I have an opportunity to have them coming out from the wall here. That would be kind of cool, I think. So I'm just going to grab this part and save it for now. Move that there, and then I'll take some of those surfaces and add them back in later. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And the same thing on this side. I will clip this part. Oops, I didn't go far enough. Grab this, pull that out there, and then we have the metal. Making it look like the backstage where there's the shifting panels that have broken and stuck a bit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. These walls will have to come in a little bit. There we go. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with these panels yet, so I'm just going to pull them out here. This reminds you of when you wanted to make a map for the EZ2 demo. Oh, that would have been awesome. What was the idea for the EZ2 demo map? Maybe right here I will cut out a vent type thing. It's not really a vent, it's like a hole in the wall, basically. I could make like a vent cover on it, though. There should be maybe... will there be any test chambers with aperture turrets? Definitely. Although, keep in mind that the aperture turrets are friendly towards Combine soldiers. There isn't really a good reason why that would be for Scar Zero, because he doesn't look like a turret. Like, that was the explanation that Wilson gives for why turrets are friendly towards Bad Cop, is that he looks like a turret. I never really thought that was like the actual reason. I thought that seemed a little bit silly. There's probably some technical reason why that is, and that's just what Wilson says on the spot, but it was funny. It's classic Breadman humor. But yeah, the turrets will be friendly towards you, but I think there will be some hostile turrets as well. in this. You never got past making the first room, but you played as a bad cop clone who needed to solve tests by using his allies to stand on buttons. That is such a good idea. I love that. Yeah, I didn't know that. Wait, so what texture is that, Blix? I'm gonna quick diversion. Because yeah, that was the idea that I was thinking, was that there'd be a different type of turret that's hostile. I didn't know that you already made a skin for that. So if I look at like turret, where's this one? Is this the skin, Blix? Because I would totally use that. I think they should probably have the yellow laser just to make the player know that they're hostile, even though these ones would not necessarily be rebel. Yeah, so it wouldn't be the hacked turret, but it would be the camo turret. Couldn't be this camo because it looks too similar to the regular turret. None of them have any ammo, but they do. They are still friendly. Like the one that does have ammo is still friendly towards you. Looking at that, I'm just gonna actually make this fit the dimensions of the texture because that looks pretty bad. I think that would look better if it actually fits where the texture is cut off there. Here, oops, I left texture scaling lock on. Employee 8 says, I think it might be because Bad Cop's vitals don't read like that of a human. I like that theory. I will run with that. That makes sense to me. Yeah, the stated reason is because he looks like a turret, which is really funny. It's funny, I just never really like thought that could be like the serious answer. You know, because it just I don't really buy that. I don't know. Here we are. It's weird. That looks better. Oh, that's one off. That's strange. But just going to texture that like that. What size vent covers do I have if I was going to make a vent cover that you have to kick open? There we are. If I was to look at this, for example, don't turrets use facial recognition? I don't know. I mean, they are like semi-sentient, so they could. I could make a vent cover here and then fill in the sides so that you have to kick it. But I'm not sure if I start involving a Gonome in the scene, would the kick alert it potentially? That could be bad. I think I'm going to leave it be for now, and then we'll revisit that later. I think that sounds good. So I know that that panel is going to be removed for sure. Removed entirely. There be puzzles involving the portal pistol. Yeah, that's going to be the main point. That's going to be the main gameplay mechanic of this add-on, for sure. So the reason I'm building this test chamber in the first place is to kind of build up to the portal pistol. There's no portal pistol in this map, but there will be later on. Oops, wrong axis. There we go. Just gonna put this somewhere on the floor. This one I'm going to put back into place, but I'm going to cant it slightly off from where it should be. So it'll be like this. There we go. Yeah. And there should probably be one of those piston things behind it. Will those things introduce an exclamation zone that instantly kill you once you touch it, make a return in the mod? In this add-on, no. It's not going to do anything with stuff from that area, because this is going to take place inside of Arbite 1, where Chapter 3 was. So there won't be any temporal anomalies here. We'll leave it like that for now. Just for now. I want to try to clean this up later and make it look more like these are panels that can extend from the wall, but I don't want to spend too much time on that yet. You mean the time zones? Yeah, I believe that's what they're talking about. The temporal anomalies that age things. I'm afraid I might get too absorbed in mapping to pay enough attention to the stream, so I want to ask everybody, is everything going okay? Does it look okay? Does it sound okay? How are we feeling today? How's your Saturday going? Before I get too sucked into the map that I don't pay enough attention. Okay, that's good. Is there music playing? Kind of missing the intense mapping OST parts. You know what's weird? There is music playing, but I don't see it picking up on my audio capture at all. Let me try to raise that a little bit. Do you hear it now? Dan's cart says my wife left me. You're joking, right? That's. Are you being serious? Will you use VScript at any point? That's a very good question. I'm sure that I will. I love VScript. Yeah. You're still not hearing music. Uh-oh. It does look like it's showing up on the audio capture. Let me, Okay, that's a little bit too loud. Okay. Can you guys hear the music now? You're too young to have a wife, but you have a girlfriend. Okay. When people post stuff in the chat like that, I don't know. I never know whether to, like, if it's intended seriously or... Okay. So I have this room with the 2 buttons and the vent that lets you get in. I could spend a lot of time detailing this area. I want to add the pistons and stuff, but I think I should keep moving along for now. Check messages a second. Okay. We should add the safety vents for the gnome. But I think I want to focus on this area first. So there should be a door right here that will be your ultimate objective. Yeah, it's really easy to get sidetracked while mapping. How deep did I make these panels? I said the panels were 4 units deep. Okay. So I'm going to cut 4 units into this wall and make metal underneath so that I can take parts of the panels off. There we go. Uh-oh. That could be bad. We'll worry about that later. So I can take a metal texture, grab the wall, and apply metal. I think I am going to extend this floor through the wall because I know that we need a floor on the other side of it. Probably add more Zen infestation. Oh, definitely plan on it. So I made this nest area where you first start, but I want to have that covering some of these walls. Basically anywhere where there isn't detail, I can add Zen infestation later on. The music just got a lot louder. Is that a good dimension? Let me see here. Yeah, that's probably good. Intense mapping, yeah. This is when I realize how little time there is left. I do feel like I need to shout a little bit to talk over the music, which is very bad. I think I should turn that down just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Don't want to turn it down too much because I want it to be audible. You got 70 minutes. When you put it like that, that doesn't even sound like that much time. So I want to have a special door right here. And this door is going to be glass so that we can see through it into the next room. So we're going to put that there. People are stealing your jokes, so I'm sorry. Yeah, alien. You have 4,200 seconds. That seems like so few seconds. Am I crazy? Am I crazy, or is that not a lot of time? After I put a glass texture on this door, I'm actually going to defer detailing it until later. Because I'm afraid if I start detailing it, that could take up the rest of the stream, and I want to get all the block out done. What would be a good texture for this door? None of these on their own. I want it to be bulletproof. Okay, you know what? Just the developer glass texture for now. This will be improved later. Yeah. 4,200 seconds seems shorter than 70 minutes, but it's not. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Why does that feel so quick? Okay. So now I can take a button and put a button here. This is going to be the main goal, to get a cube over here. There. Perfect. Yeah, so this button is going to be the goal. I need to learn how to do the aperture, sort of like the yellow and blue line that moves to the door. I could put it right there. I think that would be ideal. I'm not going to do that on this stream. We need that Borealis to make time feel shorter and have a longer mapping stream. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. So this will be called security room door branch. And that will be... Wildcards are very helpful in hammer inputs and outputs. It's an overlay in Portal 1. How do they handle the switching, though? I know Blix used one in Chapter 4 map 2B. But I don't remember how it was set up. That's okay for now. Okay, so that door will open. And we can extend this wall. I think I want to cut corners here. That was how I drew it on my whiteboard, to add a little bit more definition, kind of round off some of the corners by cutting across diagonally. So I believe I will do that. Gotta use my Aperture Science corner cutting machine. Oh, that looks ugly. I gotta line it up with the texture. You can probably check, right? Yeah, I can check, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on stream learning how to do that at the moment until I have a block out that I can play through. That kind of detail, I think, can come last. That looks better. Would it make sense? I didn't see a lot of cutoff corners in the original facility. There would be some. I think the idea is just when you go into this room, there's going to be something along this wall, but it's not going to be a box, right? It's not just going to be 6 sides. It's like you walk in and there's something more in there. That just means there's something, hypothetically, there'd be something on the other side of this wall, but we won't get to see what that actually is. I'm having a last minute thought that this should be more of a test chamber kind of environment. So I'm thinking maybe I should use like the kinds of surfaces that Aperture would use to block portals in here. It would be like this kind of thing. Oh, except that doesn't look very good on the diagonal. Yeah, it's a little stretched. This is probably fine. I'm thinking probably a lower ceiling here. Yeah. Low ceiling there. That looks not good. Because this door will be a little bit smaller than the space. And then it'll open up more out there. I think that looks right. Would be a good metal ceiling texture. If I use this one, does that look right? Not really. We'll roll with that for now. go. Actually, I'm going to make this just bare metal there. And then this one can come up a level. There's a tutorial for indicator lights on the VDC. Is that specific to Portal? That might work. And thank you. I will have to check it out. I'm starting to get a better sense of how this room should feel. I'm a little confused though, because I wanted to have basically your story objective right here. My idea was that it would be in a little security room where you'd be able to see something on a monitor. It would make a lot more sense if that was actually in a an observation room, like a Portal observation room. That would make sense. But I don't know where I would put that, where it would line up, you know? Maybe there should be an observation room that's flush with the floor here, that's like, because usually they're up high. Maybe this one, for some reason, is down on the ground level, and the glass is broken. That could work. We will think about that in a minute. It's info overlay with ENV texture toggle. It seems convoluted, but that's just Portal 1 mapping. Yeah, what I'm wondering is, like, can you toggle it for individual... Wait, so let me... ENV texture toggle. I've never used ENV texture toggle to my knowledge. So you actually select a brush face? Oh no, it's an entity. Okay. So you can target an overlay with a texture toggle? Huh. You know those Portal test chamber numbered signs? They have the icons for what elements are tested in the numbered chamber. You could use one like the broken, like that broken on the floor as a one-way window for a secret observation room. I really like that idea, actually. I don't know if this room is quite tall enough to fit that. Maybe we should make it one story taller, and then that could work. Why don't we do that? If I was to remove that, and then let's see. So let's say this one. Let's extend that this way. Yep. And then remove this guy. Save the texture. This texture, put that up there, right? And we'll make this all 1 story taller. Is the wall misaligned by 1 unit? It is, because of this overhang. Realistically, it should go the other way around. So I should, okay. Let me just realign that and then pull the walls in. That would look better. There we go. So that's how it should be. And then this should come in a couple units. There we go. And that is just to create that lip there. So here is where that observation window will be. We might have to cut this geometry up quite a bit to get that to work, but that will be a little bit later problem. The exit should be over here. So let me first try something. Okay, so I'm actually going to seal in this map for now with some developer textures. So, dev. This doesn't have to be pretty because I'm just doing this temporarily, but we're gonna seal that up. Yeah, there's some Z fighting. I don't care. I want to put one of these platforms in the floor. That's important. So this platform is going to go here. Platform goes in the floor like that. Just gonna line it up. I just want to make sure that it will raise up high enough. Intense mapping. Yeah, it's starting to feel pretty intense. How's everybody doing, by the way? Oh, that is gonna bother me. It doesn't line up. No! I'm gonna have to change that floor texture just for that. Oh well. Yeah. We'll worry about the floor not lining up later. There we go. We're doing fine watching you suffer. Yeah. I don't know why. This mapping stream feels a lot less chill than before. I just feel like there's a lot that I want to get done. And time goes so fast, you know? Trying to make this work. Your wife is back. Let's go. Exit. Lift. So, this is gonna be similar to this setup. Very similar to this setup. Okay, this should be a little bit closer to the platform, actually. Okay, so I want to do a little test of this. So I'm just going to put in a linear light in here just to light up the room. Nothing about this matters. We're going to redo this later. But I just want to be able to see it. Be able to see what's going on. And then I'm going to put an oil drum here. And there will need to be like a dispenser for these that I'll have to make. Let's just test this a second. Take your time. It might be awkward to cut up mapping into weekly 2-hour chunks, but you got to remember that you'll be doing this next week and probably a few more weeks, so it's still chill. That's true. I don't know, I just want to make something cool. Feels like it takes a long time to get progress done. So, okay, so that's how high the platform rises. That's good to know. Oh, logic is wrong. Maybe I didn't, let's see. I probably forgot to do that, yeah. So, one idea I have for a puzzle that I really want to do here is basically that I'll have a fire. And then you'll set the barrel on fire, and you go on the platform, and then it blows up and you lift up to the exit. That's how I want the map to end. And then, of course, I'll need like a spawner that will drop more of them in. But that's the goal. That's the idea. I think at this distance you could probably actually cheese it, maybe. Yeah. Give me just 1 second. I'm sorry. Just a moment. Sorry about that. Len Adams says spawn a cube on it. I mean, there's a cube over there. What'd that be like? Prop physics. Model. I forgot what folder the model is in, yeah. I don't quite remember. What if you made a custom texture for the barrel? Well, I would want to make sure that it's recognizable. But yeah, there could be like an aperture explosive crate. That could be a fun mechanic. I think the idea would be there'd be like a fire pit or something over here that you could ignite it with. And then, put it on here. I made a pre-release footage moment of the next game. Yeah, I think I saw that video, actually. I was happy to see that people are interested. And to be clear, for anyone joining, I didn't make this clear enough, I don't think. This is mapping for a workshop add-on, so I'm not working on, you know, a Breadman project. This is just my own personal map pack that I'm making. So it's not, oh yeah, I cheesed it. This is not for the next Entropy 0 game. This is just going to be for a workshop add-on. Let me make sure, actually, that this button over here works. I'm going to test all the buttons now. Yeah, that works. And, over here. Climb through here. That button works. Oh, that door got stuck. That's funny. Why does it do that, actually? Is it because of this? Let's see. I think maybe the door brush is wider than the wall. I can probably fix that. Same with that one. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with chat. It's a nice twist on the usual puzzle. Oh yeah, I already saw that one. Funny that you're recreating Portal mechanics from a pure map logic. That is how Portal did it. I'm not copying these mechanics from Portal, but I believe it's very similar to the way that they set it up. It's not, yeah, Employee 8, I agree. Thoughts on mods like Mistake of Pythagoras and Sweet Half-Life? I haven't actually played those. I've heard a lot about them, but I really should play Mistake of Pythagoras at least. I know that's a really good one. Heard really good things about it. It's a classic, but haven't played. Not yet, anyways. Maybe I should back this up just a little bit. I want to make that infinite oil drum spawner as well as like a fire, but I will not do that just yet. I should make the exit next. I think that's the next most important thing, to be honest. Okay, so I think what I should do is take this wall, extend it this way. Okay, so we've got that. And honestly, that should probably... I'm not going to worry about the overhang on this one just yet. I'm gonna take this. Going to do that. Maybe up to here. That. Oh, I missed a lot of messages. So there might be a programming stream coming up. That's right. I haven't scheduled it yet. I still need to come up with a stream schedule, but there will be a programming stream. where I want to work on a new feature for a mod that is going to be a continuation of EZ2. But yeah, stay tuned for details on that. Place some explosive barrel gibs on the button so it's more clear what you have to do. That's such a good idea. Honestly, I love that. There was an Xbox port in the works for Mistaken Pythagoras. That's awesome. I did not know that. That's really cool to hear. Official releases of mods are really interesting. Oh, thanks to fan work on Half-Life 2 Xbox. Interesting. Thoughts on Corpse Party? It's I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. I'm not very familiar. The barrels could honestly be slowly, infinitely rolling from somewhere up high onto the fire pit. That might be a good idea, so the barrel starts on fire instead of you having to set it on fire. That might be a better idea. I'm not sure yet. That's something that would be good to test, I think. If I do this... Just a couple pieces. Okay, so now we have basically this. We're not going to worry too much about this yet. Go like that. Yeah. Maybe I will put a floor there. Wall textures. And then like that ceiling. Yeah. This is going to be kind of our end point to the map right now. So I'm going to just wall that off because I don't know exactly what the transition to the next map will look like yet. So we're literally just going to put developer texture there. Hold on a second. Don't mind me. Just looking for an example of VGUI text. Southwest. Okay. So I don't quite understand this, but we're gonna say, you won. Just What does that look like? The only Portal hammer I used was Portal 2, so that's why I thought that in Portal 1 buttons and all this stuff are entities. Turns out I was wrong. No, I mean, I think actually there was a prop underscore button in Portal 1 for buttons, so you might be right about that. I never actually did any mapping for Portal 1, so I can't really say. It's just to my knowledge, a lot of the mechanics were done through hammer logic. Things like the, those lines that would light up and show you where to go. Okay. You won! That's so ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, so I put that there for now. I'm gonna have to have spawners for the cube eventually. So there's a few different things that I need. I need spawners for the oil drum and the aperture cubes, so that if they fall into the goo, you can fizzle them and create a new cube. I think that's really important. Maybe I should do those off stream, because that will involve more map logic. I mean, it'll just be like a point template and a, yeah, you know what? That's not a big deal. Why don't I just do that now? Is there anything else I should do first, though? So we have the block out of all the different areas. We have the buttons and the doors hooked up. I could do the vents. I could do the gnome coming in. I'm just looking at the time. I have about 30 minutes. I think I should actually do the spawners next, because that'll be the most important thing for the mechanics, and to make sure that you don't get soft locked. Add 3 exclamation points to U1. Sure. It's not even aligned properly. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do that, but there we go. You won. Yay. Yippee. So what I'm gonna do is say I'll do one over here first. If I look up aperture portal, no button. What is the aperture button called? Like the small button. Let me just quick find that. You dreamt of a campaign where a Combine Assassin teamed up with 3650. That would be fun. Have you ever tried the Workshop add-on where you can play Chapter 2 of the Combine Assassin? I think that is fun. Intense mapping. Yeah, we're going intense mapping now. Oh, it's in C3-2. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Map base has prop interactable. Yeah, that's what I'm going to use here. Prop interactable is so nice. It makes everything a lot easier. Oh, this is called a switch. Okay. The more you know. There's 2 different copies of it. I don't know which one to use. Up, idle. Probably the one in... I don't know. But yeah, we're going to do this. Oh yeah, Gildan, you made the Assassin and Contact Aberration add-on, didn't you? It's a really good idea. Actually, I had a lot of fun with that. So probably... Wait, up. There we go. It doesn't look like a switch. Yeah, that's what I thought. This isn't really a switch, it's a button. You don't quite understand the VMM files. So VMM files are manifests. So if you open a VMM file, it'll have multiple submaps in it, and you can switch between the individual submaps in Hammer. Do a stream that ends when the Easy 2 OST video ends. That's actually not a bad idea. Wait, how far are we? So we're an hour and 28 minutes. That's about how long we have. You know, why don't we actually do that? Why don't we actually end the stream when the Easy 2 soundtrack ends? I think that would be fun. Do you know when the frac font was made? No, I have no idea. I'm sorry. Mapping while watching other people mapping. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's for. So we need some sounds for this button. Press sound. Button. Well, what about switch? No. Button. I don't remember what sound they make in Portal. I want to say it's going to be like this. That one's fine. Don't overcomplicate it. So, for now, I will just have a point template. Security room. Explosive? Barrel. Explosive. We're not going to do any name fix-up. This will be called template. Remember, not Hammer++. Hammer is the one that deals with manifests. Yeah. So Hammer++, from what I understand, has removed support for manifests. So you can't edit those maps with Hammer++. Ignite. Oh, you know what? I can make the button ignite the barrel, and then when the barrel is destroyed, it automatically sends another one. Yeah, you know what? Okay, here's an idea. So I'll give it a long cooldown, like a 5-second cooldown, and it'll ignite the barrel. It'll also trigger the template to make another barrel. And we will put a chute for the barrels to come down up at the ceiling. So for now, I'll just make it like up in the air up here. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work great. Any interest in a Nintendo Switch port? Is that a joke? I don't think that's really in the realm of possibility. Is one of the switches from your add-on? It's possible. I don't think I have it subscribed currently, but I might. Oh shoot, it's already on fire. Okay, that's no good. These are too heavy as well. The timing on that is wrong. Although, you know what, that works. Oh, shoot. Ow. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Okay, I'm gonna do that a little bit differently. Well, let me try one thing first. How does it work with the cooldown? The cooldown does work on the button. That's really cool. The button goes down and then it stays down until the cooldown is up. That's actually quite neat. I like that. So all we're gonna do is just add a little delay to this one. No, it's not a joke. Yeah, that's not something that would be possible for mods. You couldn't do a switch port of a mod. Sorry, Gildan, I didn't see your earlier message. You said there's about an assassin in Chapter 2. You wanted to add the Common Assassin to other campaign maps. Yeah, I saw that. I think that would be really cool. That'd be a cool idea for some add-ons. You could add them throughout the whole game. The Steam Deck support gets pretty close to a Switch port. Yeah, I totally agree. Kind of does the same thing. Oops. There we go. Very easy. At least in terms of the function of being on Switch. Yeah, it's a lot like playing a Switch game. You know, it's handheld. It's a similar form factor. The controls are about what you would expect. Uh-oh. I kind of like how this puzzle is working. You won! Yippee! I'm so happy about this information. What if I make these things debris? So then they shouldn't trigger the trigger. And this should start spawned in. No, it shouldn't start spawned in. I disagree. We'll make the chute that it will come down. For now, I won't bother having it properly go up into the ceiling. Aperture. Let's see, shoot. No. They call that. They call it. Really struggling with this right now. It's in portal. Tube. Yeah, I give up. I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna look over in chapter 3, map 1. I think this has some. Or does it? Maybe it doesn't even have any. Yeah, here, right here. It's called a box dropper. Of course, it's called a box dropper. What was I thinking? Very intuitive. I mean, it drops boxes. I'm gonna put this box dropper right about here, I think. Yeah, right there. Somebody got Half-Life 2 mostly working on Switch because of the files being there. That's Half-Life 2 is not mods of Half-Life 2. I don't know if they were able to actually recompile the code for it and run that. You know, it would be a different engine version. It's not. It doesn't mean anything just because they got Half-Life 2 working. That doesn't mean that mods can be run. It would be really cool if they could. I think that would be awesome, but I wouldn't hold out hope for it, you know? It's the Borealis music, yeah. At this time of year, at this time of day, localized entirely within your kitchen? Who's in charge for naming props? Naming things is really hard. You know, you come up with a name that makes sense in the moment, and then, you know, a few months later, you're looking for it, and it's like, what did I call that thing? It's really tough. Oh, I forgot to move the button, but oh well. Yeah. That's very nice. I actually am quite happy with this thing. So I will just set that on fire, and then... There we go. You won! Very happy with that. So now I just have to do the same thing with the boxes. I forgot how to fizzle props. I don't know if I've done that before, because I haven't done any portal mapping. But I'm sure we can come up... I mean, worst case, we can just kill it for now, but I think there's a way... There should be a way to disintegrate props. You got the Borealis in your garage. I like how all this map logic is very light, with the button and the spawner. There's nothing to it. It's very simple, but it's very powerful. Let's see here. Where do I want that cube to drop? Where do I want the cube to drop? I have it over here, but I might actually put the dropper closer to here. And then the original cube can be here. Or can it? Nah. Changed my mind. I do that a lot. The dropper right there, and maybe the button to drop it will be, like here? I don't know why it would be like that, though. Yeah, maybe I should, so I'll put that there. Have it face this way. Now I can kind of grab all these elements, and maybe I'll just move them over here more. I think that would be better. Create to template. Create to. So this is going to make it break. These aren't breakable. Will that work? I'm curious. I don't think that'll do anything. But let's try it. This doesn't even line up all the way, but I am not really concerned about that yet. Because we won't be able to realistically see up that high. It won't be illuminated very well. So I can detail that more once we get around to that phase. You know what? I changed my mind, actually. I want to make another dropper. Your new video wasn't 1080p? Oh yeah, I'll be sure to check it out if you re-upload it. So this will be crate 1. Crate 1 template. There we go. So just testing this out a little bit. Probably should have put in some lights just so that we could see what we were doing. But oh, I forgot to make the crates. Oh, that's annoying. I'm gonna quick fix that. So these need to be have their mass changed. Mass scale 0.5. We're almost to the end of the soundtrack. I like that idea of timing the stream with the soundtrack because it's about 2 hours and 9 minutes. So I can put this here. It doesn't open all the way. That's quite silly. But if I press this button, okay, that just deletes the cube, drops another one. I'll have to make it use a fizzler later. But ideally, actually, I'm going to fix the door right now. You gotta read my joke. What was the joke? I'm gonna do my homework while listening to the Easy 2 OST. Yeah. Yeah, it could be a distraction. For sure. Let me try this. How do you think Entropy Zero trilogy of films would work? I don't know, because I think that Breadman's writing would actually translate pretty well to film. I think the way that he thinks of stories would work really well as a screenplay. I don't know Entropy Zero as a movie seems weird to me because it's like it relies so much on the source material of Half-Life 2. But like hypothetically, I don't know. I'm not sure if Bad Cop would work as well as a protagonist in film as opposed to a game. Oh, that made it so much worse. Oh, what have I done? That's funny. I think I just need to add a lip to that. As for right, what do you mean? I'm not sure if I understand entirely. Do you guys have the whole mod plan, the whole next mod planned out? Yeah, I would say so. The next thing that we're doing, we have a plan in mind, but we're still very early in development, so I don't think it's very helpful to think of it in terms of plans because things change a lot. Like, did we have Easy 2 planned? Like, Breadman had a plan from the beginning, but it changed so dramatically that you wouldn't be able to tell the finished mod. So, yes and no. Rights to everything that's in Easy, they're from both. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be possible for there to be a movie. I thought it was just like a hypothetical question. But yeah, that wouldn't happen. I mean, going hypothetically, it would have to be like a different story with a similar theme and characters, but it wouldn't be Valve IP. So that would be kind of be a completely separate entity. I'm Breadman, glides off building. What does that mean? Blix, what does that mean? There we go. This door doesn't feel quite right, but I should have added lights just so we could see what we're doing here. So the nice thing is I can punt this into the goop and just make another one. There we go. Ideally, I will also have the goo automatically destroy the crates so that it will trigger another one. Just as a reminder, I'm not really answering questions about the next Easy project here on this stream. Like, I don't mind casually answering, but this isn't really good for like a Q&A about that, because we don't really have a whole lot to say yet. And if we did, we would probably do like a Q&A for it. So I just keep that in mind. I will answer the question though. Will it take longer than Easy 2? No, we basically don't want to make major changes to the gameplay. So that's why we're hoping it won't take as long, but we also are in a different place now with different schedules, so who can really say? I've done nothing but teleport bread for 3 days. Come on. So this is kind of exciting, guys. We have the entire progression of the map laid out, where you, let me start it over again. We're at the Wilson music. So without lights, it's kind of annoying because you have to rely on the NVG. But basically, you're going to see that your goal is going to be on that wall here through this glass door, right? So you see that your goal is there, but you can't get there. You see there's a cube here, but you can't get to the cube. And then you're going to see that this button opens that door over there, right? So then what we do is we go over here. We can't get through this door, so we're going to go down here. And this button will open that door. We can use a cube. But we can't bring that cube back because it would close the door, right? Unless, actually, did I... Oh, I messed that up. Oh, I goofed that up real bad. Okay, that's my bad. But ideally, you can't take the cube through there. Wow, that's so silly. You put the cube here. Open that door. We have like max 5 more songs left. Yeah, we're right at the end here. You take this cube. And I want to have the Gnome basically get brought out here. So when you get here, there's going to be a turret that'll notice a zombie, or it'll notice you or something like that, and make a loud noise, and the gnome will come in. And then you take this crate back through here. We'll put it on this button. That opens that door. So we can take the cube. Why did the gnome not eat Scar Zero if the gnome caught him? So that's something that this mod is going to answer a little bit. You can see that there's going to be a lot of like bodies here. The gnome was basically taking people and storing them here in this nest. I'm thinking it's going to be kind of Alien inspired, you know, like where they take people to put the face huggers on them in Aliens, the second movie. I'm going to add more piles of goop like this along the walls and stuff. So the gnome was taking people down here. So that's why it didn't kill Scar Zero right away. It probably thought he was already dead and just left him here. So this lowers that. Here we go. We won! Yay. Okay, so we have the entire flow of the level implemented, but it is very ugly. That's one problem, and it's still missing some mechanics. It's missing the gnome entirely. We don't have the gnome in, and obviously you can cheat by taking the crate through here, which breaks the entire map. Add smudges across walls. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing that in a detail pass. Yeah, add some detail for the vent here. Basically, I'm going to make a vent cover, I think, that you have to kick in, so the cube won't fit through that hole. We're at the 2-hour mark now, so let me check how much time is left on the soundtrack. Wow, we still have about 15 minutes of soundtrack. So I think I should keep mapping for 15 minutes. That'll be fun. I think there should be some observation rooms in here. I'm not even sure where to go next. It's really hard for me to pin down exactly what detail I want to work on, you know? Let's start with this door. Okay, so I need a good texture for the glass door. I like using this texture for bulletproof glass, but I'm not sure if that will look very nice here. Subbed. Oh, thank you. It didn't do a sub alert from Stream Elements. I wonder, are your subs privated? I just want to make sure that it's working. That's all. I think I should try this frosted window. Yeah, that looks good. And I can add some trim. You'll stop mapping when the stream ends. Well, don't stop on my account. You know, you should map as long as you want to. So next weekend, I should start talking about this now as we're kind of wrapping up here. Next weekend, I want to move to Twitch. Keep an eye out on my Twitter. I will post there. But I'm thinking I want to try out Twitch because I've been streaming on YouTube. It's been going really well, but I like the Twitch platform and I want to see what it's like to stream there. Just to kind of test it out, see how I like it. So far, it's been going great over here. But I just want to keep, you know, trying new things and learning. Maybe... hello, Boom Donuts. Is this the Scar Zero map you said you'd be making? Yes, absolutely. So this is the map where we're going to play as Scar Zero. The texture doesn't look very good. Changing my mind. I need a texture that's like very thin. Maybe, okay, I have an idea. What if I take just like the side of this, just one side, like maybe there. Oops. Yeah, just like 2 units, 2 units worth of that. Yeah, that makes sense. And I know that's clipping at the moment. Thoughts on Valve Studios and the Valve Cinematic Universe? I mean, I know there was always going to be a movie with J.J. Abrams. He was going to direct a Valve movie, but that never happened. So I would still like to see what a Valve movie would look like someday. Twitch.tv/OneUpDerek. Yep. Let me actually put that in the chat right now. I wonder if links work in this chat or if it'll block my own link. Let's see. I think this will work. Let me try this. Oh, it pinged myself. I don't think that worked. Yeah. But yeah, that's the link. So I will have to set that up sometime during this week. Your opinion on J.J. Abrams has gone down the toilet. Yeah, I mean, I like some of his movies a lot. What do I want here? Let's see. First of all, I'm getting annoyed by that Z fighting, so I want to basically make it no draw. Then only the front and back faces will be glass. That's better. Probably I'll do the same thing on the top and bottoms. You made your own cinematic universe based on the main game's expansion packs and mods. That's interesting. Is that something that you like publish somewhere, like on a wiki, or what does that look like? I'm gonna have to rotate this texture by 90 degrees. It's not gonna quite line up. I could probably make those corners line up exactly. I don't know if it's even worth it at this scale of texture. It looks... That looks better. Yeah, that looks good. See here. I think this will look fine. Honestly, I'm pretty good with this. The reason why this door needs to be glass is that there's going to be something over here that you should see through the window that will make you interested in going that way, basically. So you have a motivated reason to solve the puzzle. It won't just be completely random. It'll be like, there's something over here that you actually want as Scar Zero. And I think what that will look like is some kind of a monitor or a recording that's showing where there's an aperture core. I think that would work really well for like a goal, because you'll have some kind of heads up display that will tell you that your goal is to find intelligence from the rebels, you know, information about aperture, and Scar Zero will still want to finish his mission even though he's been captured by the Gonome. Good director, horrible writer, or even judge of scripts. Like, couldn't he have said no to some of the scripts handed to him? Yeah, that's fair. Usernames on Reddit aren't appearing. Oh, that's strange. How much soundtrack do we have left? We've got a couple left. I think we're in the unused soundtracks now. So we've got 2 different variations of Farewell. Then Lament of the Sleeping Philosophers. That's unused? I thought it was used in Chapter 1. And then No Unity. Will the core have voice lines? I'm hoping so. Although, I mean, we're very far away from that. So it's all kind of hypothetical at this point. But ideally, I would like the core to have voice lines. Thinking right now I'm just going to put these point lights in each room just to light up the scene. I want to do an actual lighting pass where I create light sources and have lights that are motivated and point you in the right direction, but for now, keeping it simple. Core? What core? It's going to be... Why don't I just add one to the map right now? It's going to be this core. This core. Like that one. Yeah, this is lit up really horribly because I just threw in those point lights just to have some lighting in the scene. But yeah, we're gonna see a goal over here. This button that opens the door. That there. Yeah, I'll take a look on the Half-Life subreddit later. Yeah, here's an Arbite core. Luxabon made these. They're really cool. Regarding that gap, no, the player needs to be able to freely move back and forth between that gap. It's just that the cube shouldn't fit. So I just need to make it smaller, that's all. You won. I think that is gonna start to wrap up our stream here. I know I said I'd keep mapping until the soundtrack is done, and we have about 4 minutes left. So I will. Yeah, we're at No Unity, I believe. No, Lament of the Sleeping Philosophers. But yeah, thanks for joining me, everyone who came today. It's been fun. Definitely want to keep this series going because I'm excited by the direction that this map is taking. We still have a long way to go. This is still the very early block out of the map. I think that what I'm finding is that the mapping is taking a long time, and I want to do more mapping off stream. So that's something that I will plan on doing before the next stream. I'm going to map off stream, and then I'm going to plan on a specific goal to have during the stream. Like maybe it'll be a lighting pass or a soundscape pass or detailing, but I think that this pace is a little bit too slow to get a map done. So I want to have more prepared in between streams. Got the map in a good block out though. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited that it's working, and I'm really enjoying the puzzle mechanics. You won! Yeah, best part of the map. I like not to overcomplicate things when I'm in the early phases of working on something. Wait, you had some messages? What were they? Yeah, it was about the next Entropy Zero, right? No, it's not gonna be called Aftermath. It already has a name. And I don't really want to answer too many questions about that right now, because that's not what the stream is about. But I don't mind answering casually, but I don't have any great, earth-shattering revelations to give, I'm afraid. Now we're at the last part of the soundtrack. So I'm gonna try Twitch next weekend. That's twitch.tv/oneupderek. We'll see how it goes. Keep an eye on my Twitter to see if I end up moving to Twitch, if I'm going to stay on YouTube, and also what the schedule is. My plan is that I want to do one stream that is programming. I'm going to develop some changes to the stasis grenades that we're working on, and that'll be a lot of fun, I think. They're going to be a little bit more like ice grenades. They like freeze enemies and stuff like that. So yeah, keep an eye out for the schedule. It's an ad. No thanks, ads. Keep an eye out for the schedule for the programming stream, for the next mapping stream, and for the next Portal Revolution stream. Probably going to be next weekend. I'm not sure on the dates yet. Let's see. Is it going to be another 3 years? No, I hope not. I hope not. What will you plan to do before the next mapping stream? I'm not entirely sure. I still need to decide that. I like to do stuff off stream that I think would be like too nitty gritty or involve a lot of testing to show on stream, because I don't want to like focus too much on one thing for a long time and make the stream really boring. So like the doors I did before this stream. But for next stream, since the blockout is already done, I don't know. That might be some detailing. That might be some lighting. That might be making the secret area. I'm not 100% sure yet. For the next live stream, I don't know. I'll have a specific goal in mind, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. But I definitely want to acknowledge the fact that the streams are only a very short time scale. So I've got to have like a specific goal in mind for each stream, and we can focus on that. Used to block Origin. Yeah, okay. I usually use a different ad blocker on Chrome, but I don't actually usually use Firefox. Now for ending the stream, I can't really do raids because I am on YouTube, but I do have somebody who's streaming on Twitch that I think you should give some attention to. If you like variety streamers or VTubers, there's a streamer right now called Yui Haruki, who's one of my friends, who I think you should check out her stream. Because she's very funny, so I'm going to put that in the chat as well. A little bit of a tone shift from mapping, but if you like funny variety streamers, check her out for sure. Let me see if I've got that right. Yeah. Here we go. And so, I never know quite how to wrap these things up, to be honest. Here's the map. Thanks for joining me. It helped a lot, and I'm excited to see where we go with this. Hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday. See you in the next stream. Bye for now.